Cool.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Zati Youth Voice. I'm your host, Rich Uncle. Today, I got my guest, Thabang. We're gonna be talking about SA economy, politics, strategies to claim our country economy, Operation dudula. That's what we're going to talk about. You can introduce yourself, my guy, and tell people who you are and what you are all about.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, honorables, kings and queens, or supreme beings of Africa. My name is Thabang nteele. I'm from Carltonville. Can I say I'm a business-oriented person who works on different projects. For example, I'm working on a project called Masters of Change. Masters of Change is an organization that is built by God-fearing people who actually build their structures through God-fearing. So basically, Masters of Change is here about to make all African youths realize and remember who they are. Because basically, we're not alcoholics, we're not rapists, we're not druggies. We are supreme beings, you know. So Masters of Change is here to make everybody realize who they are. Actually, yes.
Okay, Thabang, welcome to Mzansi Youth Voice. Be free, be free.
Definitely.
The first thing that we are going to talk about, you know, we cannot fix the country. We have to fix our economy first before fixing our country. Because there is something wrong about our economy, bro. We don't own our economy. Yeah, so we have to fix that first. What's your take on that?
You know, trying to fix the economy itself is not equal. It's not an equal economy, you know, because it favors a certain color or a certain group of people. So for us, in order to fix the economy, we need to first fix our own constitution. The constitution is very important for us to claim back our own economy, basically, yeah.
Oh, okay, I can hear that. So,
Definitely.
So I was watching a video where I saw Jacob Zuma. He was in a conference talking about how it affects him to be not able to have funds to bring change in our country, because they can. He was a president, we know that, but most of things he was not able to handle it because he didn't have access to the funds.
I can hear you. It's not basically access to the funds. It's his advisory committee, people who are next to him, people who had advised him. The country, South Africa is a self-sufficient country. We don't need any country to run ourselves. We are a self-sufficient country. So whoever sits on that presidential seat, it's a hot seat. It's a hot seat, so you need to get your facts straight and you need to know your people. You need to have to start the grounds first. You need to go from the grounds, you know, to see the poverty gap that the ground people are actually experiencing. So if you come just and sit on a chair and you don't know the full capacity of your country, it becomes a problem. Even Jacob Zuma, when you talk about Jacob Zuma, he sat on that chair because he was part of Umkhonto weSizwe, which is Umkhonto weSizwe was designed to we didn't need such a president actually after the apartheid system. We needed someone who didn't have a battle mentality, but someone with an economic mentality. That's why Thabo Mbeki was able to sit after Nelson Mandela. Zuma was just to pay back the favor to Umkhonto weSizwe, basically, yeah.
So this is what he's complaining about the most. He said, you know, before 94,
yeah,
we still not owning our economy. Even after, we still not owning our economy. But what we have is the parliament, the politics run this country through politics, but economically we don't have this country. So what must happen for us to get it back?
You know, we've reached a point whereby now we don't need a struggle hero as a president. We don't need an economist as a president. We don't need a struggle hero or a veteran, a soldier veteran to run a country, or we don't need a billionaire, basically. A billionaire is someone who becomes self-centered. You know, we need someone who's more spiritual. We need a spiritual leader because it's our souls that need saving, and then with God everything shall manifest, basically, from my point of view.
Okay. So now, do you think politics are still relevant? You can advise a young person to join politics, because from what I see politics are losing.
It doesn't. No. When you talk about politics, you talk about government itself. You know, politics is government. Politics is basically what helps us to create a better society. Basically, it depends who the society votes for. At the end of the day, you know, yes, I would advise a young child to say enter politics, know politics, because knowing politics is you will be knowing who's the president, who's the minister of finance. Most of the people don't even know their ministers. So you knowing politics is, being part of politics is you knowing all your ministers in PSA, basically.
But then are we going to get conscious leaders if those young kids or young South Africans join politics? They are still using same cycling, same constitution. If you join EFF, you will use EFF constitution. If you join NC, you will use NC constitution. Are we not repeating the same mistake that is happening now in our politics?
No. We not. We actually far. We actually far from that, because our generation is doomed. We are doomed because of majority of the people are druggies and alcoholics. So we can't even basically focus on what's going on in our own country. For example, we are here in Carltonville, whereby Carltonville produces majority of the gold that is being taken out of our country. But the whole world doesn't know the youth of Carltonville. What are you busy with? This is where you get the deepest place in the world whereby you can get gold from. Tautona, for example, is the deepest mine in the world. But basically, they don't know what the youth of Carltonville is doing. You want to know what the youth of Carltonville is doing? Go look under the bridge or go to one of the biggest clubs here around. That's where you see the youth of Carltonville, basically.
Yeah, ne?
Yes.
So now let's talk about strategies to claim back our economy in South Africa. What can be done?
You know, there's a lot of strategies. For example, tourism. Tourism is a field that we need to use as South Africans, because we have 25 years left of gold. After 25 years, you are left with nothing. From Carltonville, from South Africa, your economy will be worse than this. Basically what I'm trying to say. So now we need to use tourism as another piece to help us rejuvenate our economy. Because we have wild animals, we have so many things. We have land, we have a lot of land that is just sitting there that we can use it for tourist attractions. For example, Carltonville can be a tourist destination, whereby those mines that won't be working after 25 years will be a tourist destination for people who would like to see how it feels to go down into a mine, or how it feels to go to the deepest mine in the world, for example. For Carltonville, that's just an example that I'm making for Carltonville as a tourism community. Yes. And then other strategies to claim back our economy is strategies in how we produce our own electricity, for example. You know, Eskom is down and out. You know, we need to use, for example, hydropower electricity is the kind of electricity that will help us, because we have a lot of water here that is just being wasted. So I think claiming back our own economy is just looking, combining ourselves together. Not only one man can come up with plans like that, but we need to, as the youth of today, we need to stand up, you know, stand up and say enough is enough, and ask ourselves the question of who have we become, because we are the next leaders of tomorrow. You understand that? With our brothers sitting there smoking nyaupe every day, the next 25 years we'll be left with nothing here, basically.
Then who's supposed to be on the ground and watching and making sure those brothers are not taking yaupes, those brothers, they are not doing nasty things, because our politicians are in parliament. They only come around when they want,
you know,
votes.
that's very sensitive. But we anyway, as Masters of Change, I told you, we came up with something. We're doing a military rehab for them. We're just waiting for the National Defense just to answer us back. You know, we're gonna do a military rehab for them. So these boys that you're seeing in the streets, we're going to take them and give them a military rehab, because normal rehabs don't help them, basically, because they go back to that thing. So now, if they go back as military, if they go to rehab and come back as military, and then we use them as security through our taxi ranks, through our streets, they'll be the security guards in our streets. You know, that's another job employment, job creation actually, for them, basically. But that's another very sensitive topic that I don't want us to discuss today. We'll discuss another time.
Oh, we have to discuss it today because today we are here.
But no.
What if you can die today at night, then we get to not discuss it again. So we should discuss it today and finish today and finish with it today. In Parliament, they are not helping these young people, because it can't be that a young person that is 12 years old is in drugs.
It is inhumane, injustice, you know, because it's like the older generation is making these drugs accessible to us so that we cannot go and become and fully become what we have to fully become. We are a generation that is born for change. Change is who we are, and I think most people won't like the change that we are bringing. We are born for change. Change is in our blood. Our DNA is change, you know. So the problem I'm having is, why can't the current generation, the current politics, deal with the current situation of drugs that we are having in our country? It is inhumane, injustice, man. It is heartbreaking, you know, that our parents. Do you know in South Africa you have a section, a taxi rank where inyaupi pemela corner. Just imagine that, you know, a section, but you cannot smoke weed on the streets, and you get arrested for that, for smoking weed. But our parents are leaving those boys smoking nyaupe there at the taxi rank. There's a problem here. There is a problem here. There's a big problem that we're dealing with here. We're not only dealing with our own parents, but there's a problem of, I don't know, witchcraft. We can say witchcraft, because how could you let those boys smoke that thing there in front of you people?
Yeah, there is a problem. So now let's go to Operation Dudula. Operation Dudula is saying no to drugs, no to foreigners who enter the country illegally. So what's your take on that?
The only problem I have with Nteele and Dudula is he's weakening the rand, and because we are African, we are all Africans. We can't keep on saying that South Africa is yours alone. No, when a Puma go to your country, it doesn't work like that, because as I say, 25 years you are finished here in South Africa with your minerals and stuff. Which country is next? Zimbabwe, Botswana. So what if you South Africans go to Botswana? They'll do the same thing to you. So what Nteele is doing, there's manners in which you can do whatever he's doing. England, America are examples of such immigration control. You can control immigration, not take people out like that. Do you understand that? It doesn't. I don't vote for him in doing such a thing in such a manner. But the boy, God bless him, the boy is awesome, you know. But the manner in which he's doing the immigration control is pathetic. No, it's out of line. You don't do that to people.
But he's not saying they must go. He said they must follow a right procedure.
No. That's not what's happening currently in the country. People are being killed. People are being thrown out of their houses. you don't do that. That's inhumane. You know, you're becoming a beast now. You're not becoming a person who's fighting for the rights of the people of the country.
But in his operation, there is no blood, there is no anything, so he's clean. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Ntantalax might be clean, but the people of the people who are controlling the marches, have you heard the things that they are doing? For example, no, you haven't. You know, so they are doing bad things to those people. Yes, drugs and immigration, it's bad things, but there are manners in which you have to control them, not through marches, though. Remember, we are in the 4th Industrial Revolution right now. There are manners in which you can do things, not marches, throwing people out, throwing their bags out. No.
So, from what I saw now, EFF is the only party that is responding to Nhlanhla, then NC is quiet. Why NC is quiet?
Not knowing what the EFF are responding to the dudula operation, in which way you can teach me. I don't know what the EFF is saying about dudula.
They are calling Nhlanhla a criminal.
A criminal?
Yeah.
For what? For what good reason? Because as I said, the boy is good. The boy is good. The boy is great. You know, I cannot hide that from him. He's great, and God bless him. As I said once again, theft, whatever the EFF is saying, the EFF is another party that's dreaming. You know, they are part of dream. They are dreamers. To me, they are just dreaming. They're just there just to count numbers. You know, the ANC itself is a kingdomship. You know, you cannot outvote the kingdomship. Just like the Cambridge kingdomship, so is the ANC. That's the kingdomship.
Yeah,
you understand that?
Yeah.
God chose the ANC for a reason. That's why it's the oldest organization in Africa. That's the oldest organization you get. He chose Mandela specifically through that organization that you will go free and forgive your oppressors and give them the majority of the land, which makes you South Africans as a whole as the most accepting nation, because you're host to the whole world. Actually, you're the most accepting nation. Nobody has said this. Let me be the first man to actually say, South Africa as a whole, you are the most accepting nation there to be, in written or non-written history. South Africa as a whole is the most forgiving, merciful nation there to be. Because you forgave your oppressor and gave him the majority of the land. That makes you the most merciful nation in written or non-written history. Thank you very much for just clarifying that.
So now we want to claim back our land, then we want to claim back our jobs. Are we still on that?
Claiming back the land, claiming back our jobs is just through the constitution. Just fix the constitution, you know, and just work together. What are you going to do with the land? The most important question is, what are you going to do with the land? I give you the land, you just say the crops are very important. Brother, so it's a huge topic. You still have to learn a lot of stuff. Countries like Zimbabwe and Mozambique are the countries that we had to take examples from them. After letting go your oppressors, look at what's going on, the death rates in their country. That we don't even know chemistry. That's why we were advised here in South Africa by our parents, by their parents, that you must study maths and science. Chemistry is very important because of the day and age where we live in. If you want to take back your land, these people leave. When they leave, you're left with nothing and you don't know nothing. And then you people die poverty. There are manners in readdressing, taking back your land. Training, taking our men and boys and whatever to go learn about crops. We teach them about different ways in farming. Farming is very important if you want to claim back your land. You have to know farming. Not know it by saying you have to know it, because that's where we get our food. Our source of food comes from farming. What are we going to eat if you don't have farmers, my brother?
We're going to starve.
We're going to starve.
So now this guy Nhlanhla is saying, let's be. He's not saying politics should die, né? Politics should be there, but let's be united. Then we claim back what belongs to us. And so let's be united. then claim back what is
Who's gonna claim back that land? That's what I'm saying. Our parents are already old right now. The generation that had everything is old right now. Us, it's only shambles with us. That's what I'm telling you. We have to first fix. You know, like taking our country towards a drug-free country. That's most of the things that we've been working on. A drug-free country. Because our generation is not matured enough to even hold any seat. That's why they keep on. For example, I can tell you about the municipality in Carltonville, Merafong. The youth here in Merafong have no entertainment area, have nothing. That's why there's so much teenage pregnancy here. By the way, I'm not focusing on that. But what I'm trying to say is, they're eating that money because nobody's coming forward to saying, hey, we have such a strategy, please help us in such a manner. Nobody comes forward. No. People are just saying money. All they want is money. You know, so what the municipality does is, no, we take that money and we eat it. They'll eat it. You understand that? Because the youth are not active at all. They're not active.
But are they classes where they say, they call the youth and say, hey, this is what you should do.
We are in the fourth industrial revolution. That's why they advertise everything through internet. Go to internet and see the availabilities of funds for the youth. There are funds available for the youth. It's just that you guys don't know how to claim those funds. For example, your TV show here could be funded and must be funded, actually. You understand? By the municipality itself. There is funding for that. Most definitely. It's just that we don't know how the right manner to approach such funding.
Okay. So now, as we come to an end, what will you advise young people that wants to be leaders in this country?
It's the roots. The roots are the most important thing. You need to know your roots. The roots, which is your culture. You need to know your culture. If you don't know your culture, you're gonna end up nowhere. You're gonna end up in jail like Jacob Zuma because of you don't know your culture, basically. But know yourself. Know where you come from and know where you're going. You know your culture, your roots. Abagine ancestors. We are Africans. We are people who believe in ancestors. So yeah, go back to your ancestors, talk to your ancestors, and you will be a leader, most definitely. God and their ancestors are the key to becoming any leader you want to become.
But what's fun, it's, you know, I went to a class, there was this lady that was teaching us, remember I was a president of school, so I went to a class where that lady was saying, yeah, I was part of NC, then I retired because of scandals 1, 2, 3, and now I know in 5 years' time, most politicians will be arrested. After a year, Jacob Zuma was arrested. I was like, wow, this lady.
She was prophesying, basically. Was it a prophecy or was it she knew already what's going to go on?
I think she knew.
She itself, yeah. That's the other thing I wanted to readdress is that we cannot blame the organization through individuals' mistake. That those. Even the EFF, even dudula or whatever, it's what can I say? We cannot blame the organization for individuals' mistakes. It's not, doesn't belong to him, doesn't belong to them. It belongs to the whole nation as it is, as their logo says. You know, it belongs to the whole nation. So we cannot blame the ANC and say the ANC is corrupt because of what Zuma did or whatever someone did or whatever. No. It's an organization for everyone. You understand? It doesn't belong to Zuma. It doesn't belong to Malema. You know.
Yeah, but people get to blame you if you are the face.
Which is something wrong. Which is something we need to learn as individuals to stop being judgmental in such a manner.
Thanks for watching, guys. It was nice having Thabang. We learned a lot of things. Where people can follow you, talk to you.
Follow? No, there's no social media. There's nothing.
You don't have social media.
I'm the most wanted man, so.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. It was nice to have Thabang here. Mzansi Youth Voice, episode number 4. Thanks for watching and thanks for supporting us. Yeah, we're growing every week. The boy Anka is signing out.
Thank you very much.